My name is Liam, and this story begins on an ordinary day that quickly became extraordinary. It was a cool, sunny morning, and I was sitting at my usual desk in the school cafeteria, munching on a sandwich and staring out the window. I wasn't the most popular guy at the school, but I wasn't invisible either. I had my group of friends, my hobbies, and of course, my not so secret crush, Emma. Emma was the kind of girl who lit up a room without even trying. She had this confidence that was magnetic, paired with a kindness that made her approachable. I had admired her for months, but I never had the courage to talk to her beyond a polite hello in passing. That morning, as I reached into my bag to grab my math homework, I found something unexpected: a small, folded piece of paper tucked between my books. My first thought was that it was a note from a teacher, but when I unfolded it, my heart nearly stopped. The note was written in neat, flowing handwriting. Dear Liam, I have been meaning to tell you this for a while. You are kind, smart, and have the most amazing smile. I admire you more than you know. From someone who cares. I read it over and over, my heart pounding. Was this real? Was it from Emma? For the rest of the day, I couldn't focus on anything else. The words of the letter echoed in my mind. It had to be Emma. Who else could it be? She was in my English class, and I caught her glancing at me a few times before quickly looking away. Maybe this was her way of telling me she liked me too. By the time lunch rolled around, my friends had noticed my distracted state. Earth to Liam, Jake said, snapping his fingers in front of my face. What's going on with you? Nothing, I said quickly, shoving the letter deeper into my pocket. But I couldn't keep it a secret for long. After school, I showed the letter to my best friend, Ethan. Dude, this is huge, he said, grinning. You have to talk to her. Talk to who? I asked, though I already knew the answer. Emma, obviously, he said. She totally likes you. This is your chance. Encouraged by Ethan's words, I decided to do something I never thought I'd have the courage to do. The next day, I approached Emma after English class. She was sitting at her desk, packing up her books. "Hey, Emma," I said, my voice shaking slightly. She looked up and smiled. "Hey, Liam, what's up?" I pulled the letter out of my pocket and held it to her. "Did you write this?" She stared at the letter for a moment, her cheeks turning pink. No," she said, shaking her head. My stomach sank. "Oh, I just thought—" "It's okay," she said, giving me a sympathetic smile. "I hope you figure out who wrote it." As I walked away, my mind was racing. If it wasn't Emma, then who was it? The handwriting didn't look familiar, and I couldn't think of anyone else who could write me a letter like that. For the next few days, I kept my eyes open, looking for clues. I even compared the handwriting to some of the notes I had from classmates, but nothing matched. It felt like I was chasing a ghost. Then, one afternoon, I was sitting in the library when someone approached me. It was Sophie, a quiet girl from my history class. "Hey, Liam," she said, her voice soft. "Can I talk to you for a second?" Sophie sat down across from me and took a deep breath. "I think you might have found something that belongs to me," she said. I frowned, confused. "What do you mean?" She reached into her bag and pulled out a piece of paper that looked exactly like the one I had found. My heart skipped a beat. "Did you write the letter?" I asked. She nodded, her cheeks turning bright red. "Yes, but it wasn't meant for you." "What?" "It was supposed to go to Liam Harper," she said quickly. "I must have mixed it up when I was putting it in his locker. I'm so sorry for the confusion." At first, I didn't know what to say. The embarrassment hit me hard, and I couldn't believe I had made such a big assumption. "Oh," I finally said, trying to keep my voice steady. "That makes sense. Don't worry about it." Sophie gave me an apologetic smile. "I didn't mean to cause you any trouble. I just wanted to make sure You knew the truth. It's okay, I said, though I felt a knot of disappointment in my chest. As Sophie got up to leave, I stopped her. Wait, I said. Why don't you just tell him how you feel? She hesitated, looking unsure. I don't know. What if he doesn't feel the same way? I shrugged. You won't know unless you try. Her expression softened, and she nodded. Maybe you're right. Thanks, Liam. After that conversation, something unexpected happened. Sophie and I started talking more. It began with small chats in the hallway or during class. But soon we found ourselves sitting together at lunch and studying in the library. She was different from anyone I had ever met. Quiet, but thoughtful, with a great sense of humor that caught me off guard. The more we talked, the more I realized how much I enjoyed her company. One day, while we were working on a history project, she looked at me and said, You know, I'm glad this whole letter thing happened. I feel like I've gotten to know you better. Me too, I admitted, smiling. As the weeks went by, Sophie became one of my closest friends. We laughed about the mix up with the letter, but deep down, I knew it had brought us together in a way that might not have happened otherwise. And while I never ended up with Emma, I realized that wasn't such a bad thing. Sometimes life takes unexpected turns, and those turns can lead to something even better. I hope you liked this story. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. Thank you very much for your support. Take care.